afternoon, and good morning. Good morning in general. This is Sunday, October 10th on the Morning Roast. Shout out to RTU Worldwide Radio, Icon Radio, Villain Gang Apparel. It is your host, The Muzz, and with us today we have a special interview with AO West Coast? Westside. AO Westside. I apologize.
You are good. I've been called
This is my first time I've met you, but I'm definitely, from what I've read about you, I'm very interested to have this interview. First, I'm going to start with, our morning stuff, and then we're going to do the voice of the people, and then we're going to get into AO Westside's interview. This cat is going to be performing on the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, and I'm definitely excited to see what work he has, because as you guys know, we blind listen to every track just to get that authentic rawness out of it, that authentic reaction. I'm going to go ahead and start with how my week was. Unfortunately, Sauce will not be in today because he has a migraine. Told him to just stay home. Had a pretty good week, had a pretty productive week, got some teeth pulled, and then started working on some Halloween shit. Along with that, recording my new track, Super Hype. Been starting on that. Also collaborating with Bleed the Wicked Menace for a new subgroup that's going to be coming out. So definitely something to look into, and something definitely to tap into. It's going to be a very exciting thing, especially for myself, to do this subgroup. Something I've always wanted to do. So that's very exciting. Events for this week, this month, that I personally will be attending and be sponsoring. The first one is the Anti-COVID Festival at the House of Bards on October 23rd, 2021, and that's going to be in Tucson, Arizona. Now, I do have tickets for that. That is buy one, get one free at this moment in time, so you buy one ticket, you get one free. Definitely a place to check out. And even if you're not performing, go ahead and come out, come network with us. I guarantee I can help you get new promoters, promotions, so on and so forth. Next show will be Rome from 867 Entertainment will be hosting the Night of Fright, or the Night of Terror. I think it's the Night of Fright, and that will be October 28th at Ontro Nightclub. That will be also Rome's birthday. So definitely come out and join us in Glendale, Arizona at Ontro Nightclub. It's going to be a very lit night. And for the Tucson event, it is all ages. Bring your kids. On the 23rd, Tucson, we're going to have fun. 28th, it's 21 and up. It's at Ontro Nightclub. Be there. Dress up. Let's have fun. And then October 30th, Cadillac Rome, AZ Bonafide Apparel will be holding a trunk or treat for cancer and cancer awareness. 80% of all proceeds will be going to cancer awareness and cancer relief funds. Definitely do come out, bring your kids. There's going to be low riders there too, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I went to the last one, not last year, but the year before. My kids had a blast. I had a blast. Cadillac Garone has a good thing going on for the city. Definitely come out for low riders and trunk or treat on October 30th in Phoenix. Now, I do want to roll in and start with the voice of the people. The voice of the people this week, we're going to circle it around Halloween. Is Halloween safe? What's everybody doing for Halloween? COVID has caused a lot of stress, especially emotional stress, on everybody. So people are wondering what answers can be questions can be answered about the Halloween season during COVID. Whatever you've done in the past to celebrate Halloween, going trick-or-treating, throwing a party, handing out candy for the neighbor kids, the novel COVID virus has changed all of that, especially last year. Last year was very hard on everybody. It wasn't the same. Health agencies such as the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the Pima County Health Department say trick-or-treating is a high-risk activity for transmission of COVID. Meanwhile, Dr. Chara Kreis, director of Arizona Department of Health Services, said there are ways Arizonians can adapt to trick-or-treating and plans to stay safer, so we don't have to have the kids suffer. Here are the answers to the questions around celebrating Halloween, the courtesy of the CDC and the state of local health departments. So, the first question I'm going to answer, should the kids go trick-or-treating? Trick-or-treating can be done safely, but it's no time to let down your guard since COVID is still active in our community. We just need to follow the steps that will be taking to help curb the spread of the virus in the recent months. Trick-or-treaters should wear a cloth face mask, maintain social distancing, and contact with high-touch surfaces such as doorbells, and use hand sanitizer frequently. Like, for example, if you guys just leave candy out or whatnot, leave a bottle of hand sanitizer out. One of the push-down squeeze ones, not the ones that you pick up. So everybody can get a little bit of hand sanitizer, stay safe. It helps everybody else in the process. Help everybody from spreading transmission of the virus. Maricopa County has not issued any recommendations on how the Valley residents can safely celebrate Halloween. The spread of the new COVID virus is moderate in the Valley, according to DHS. However, in Pima County, which includes Tucson, health officials recommend avoiding gatherings with non-household members, including carnivals, festivals, live entertainment, haunted houses, trick-or-treating, or trunk-or-treat events. And that's only for Pima County, which is Tucson area. Participating in traditional trick-or-treating with treats handed to children or who go to the door, or having a trunk-or-treat where treats are handed from the cards lineup is considered a high-risk activity. But in the end, as long as we're staying safe and we're doing everything we need to, we won't have issues with that. Is it safe to hand out candy? There's several safer ways to make candy available for trick-or-treaters. Some alternatives include one-way trick-or-treating, a neighborhood car parade, or reverse trick-or-treating. I don't know what reverse trick-or-treating is, but homeowners who do not show signs of illness and plan on handing out candies themselves should wear masks and use tape to mark social distancing while children are queued for candy. Just mark 6 feet between each child. My recommendation, also wear gloves. Gloves help. Buy a box of gloves. They're like $3 to $5. Another option is one-way trick-or-treating. The CDC labels it as a moderate risk activity, or relatively lower risk. This entails making goodie bags available at the end of the driveway, or not at a social distance from the resident's occupants. Is it safe to host parties indoors or outdoors? The DHS director, Dr. Kreis, did not discourage gatherings in his blog post, but he did state some activities to try instead of traditional Halloween parties include holding virtual costume contests and creating drive-through haunted houses. As always, you're safer at home, but we're not telling you not to celebrate the holiday. Does wearing a costume mask count? A costume match such as a Halloween mask is not a substitute for a cloth mask. A costume mask should not be used unless it is made of 2 or more layers that are breathable fabric. So still be safe wearing those masks. How can you celebrate Halloween from home? well, we're not going to worry about that. We all know how we can. That's the main recommendations I have for everybody. It's safe, but it's high risk at the same time. From there, I wanted to get into Samhain. Samhain is a Halloween festival that end the harvest from October 30th to October 31st. October turns to November. Thousands of witches, Wiccans, Druids, and pagans across America, Canada, Europe, and elsewhere observe the sacred time of Samhain. Samhain is the festival of the dead, meaning summer's end. Let's see. The Samhain is a celebration of the end of harvest and the start of the coldest half of the year. For many practitioners, myself included, Samhain is also the beginning of a spiritual new year. It originated from ancient Europe as the Celtic Fire Festival. Samhain is now celebrated worldwide. The timing in contemporary Samhain celebrations varies according to spiritual tradition and geography. Many of of us that celebrate Samhain over the course of several days and nights. These extended observations usually include a series of solo rites, and as well as ceremonies, feasts, gatherings, family, friends, and spiritual communities in the northern hemisphere. Many pagans celebrate Samhain on sundown of October 31st through November 1st. Others hold Samhain celebrations near the nearest weekend or near the full new moon closest to this time. Let's see. Halloween, which is short for Hallows Eve, is celebrated around October 1st, although occurring around the same time of the year of the roots of the end of harvest celebrations of the ancient past. Halloween and Samhain are not the same, but two separate holidays differ considerably of focus and practice. In contrast, Samhain is related to Christian holiday counterparts and continued to be religious and focused spirituality events observed by adherents. Some ways to celebrate Samhain is going on a nature walk. Take a meditative walk through a natural area near your home. Observe and contemplate the colors, aromas, sounds, other sensations of the season. Experience yourself as part of the circle of life and reflect on death and rebirth being the important part of nature. If the location you visit permits, gather some natural objects and return those to use in your home. Seasonal imaginary. Decorate your home with Samhain seasonal symbols and colors of orange and black. Place the autumnal wreath in front of your door and display pumpkins, corn stalks, gourds, acorns, and apples. Ancestors' altars. Gather photographs, heirlooms, and other mementos of deceased family, friends, companions, creatures, and arrange them on a table, dresser, or other service along the votive candles. Kindle the candles in the memory as you call out their names and express their well wishes. Thank them for being part of your life. Sit quietly and pay attention to what you experience. Note any messages that you receive in a journal. Feast of the Dead. Prepare a Samhain dinner. Include the place that your setting near the table nearby, the setting of your table nearby the altar for the dead, offering a bit of each beverage being consumed in a cup, and each piece of food that you consume to the dead, so that you are showing grace to them. Ancestral stories. Learn about family history. Contact one or more older relatives. Ask them to share memories of how the family members now dead. Record them in some way later and write accounts of what they share. Cemetery visits. Visit and tend a gravesite of a loved one in a cemetery. Call to mind the memories and consider ways of the loved ones continue to live on within you. Reflections. Reflect on the your life over the past year. Review journals, planners, photographs, blogs, and everything that you've gone through in the last years. Bonfire Magic. Kindle a bonfire outdoor when possible and kindle flames of a fireplace or a small cauldron. Write down an outmoded habit that you wish to end and cast it into the flames as you imagine release. Imagine yourself adopting a new, healthier way of being you as you move around the fire clockwise. Divinatory guidance. Using tarot, runes, scrying, or other method of divination, seek and reflect guidance for the year to come. Divine invocations. Honor and call upon the divine or more sacred forms associated with Samhain, such as the crone goddess or the horn god of nature. Invite them to aid you in your remembrance of the dead. Transforming expressions. If you encounter distortions, misinformation, or false or negative stereotypes of Samhain in the media, share the accurate information. And community connections is the last one. Join a community. Have a community join you in the group ritual. Have a Samhain potluck. Research old and contemporary customs in books, periodicals, online, and through communications with others. There's so many ways that we can celebrate this end of harvest / Halloween season. A few costumes that I have seen for kids per se that are floating around are more popular, like Cruella de Vil. Shoot, I saw quite a few actually. One second. So, few of them are Batman, Cruella de Vil, a pirate, Wonder Woman, and Spider-Man. Those are 5 popular kids' costumes. I would love to see some people do Has-Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss costumes. And if you do, send them to me. Send any costumes that you guys do, and we'll post them up on the Morning Roast. And that's where I'm going to end it for the Voice of the People. Just stay safe, have a great Halloween season, dress up, be spooky, be scary. Just don't kill anybody. Now, we're going to roll into our guest, AO Westside. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
My name is AO Westside. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Tucson, Arizona. First things first, I gotta give really all glory to God because He's really the one who gives me the ability to use my talents and to make my passion to make music and make it. He's the one who makes me have my drive and my passion to keep making music relatable to people, to glorify Him through it, and without Him, I feel like I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now.
So what kind of music do you make?
It's a wide variety. We started off with wanting just to rap, and then when you get into rap, there's different types of rap. I'm personally more of a fan of lyrical. Like, I'm not much of a mumble kind of guy. And then as time got on, we started looking at the melodic rap, so that's like the sing rapping. And then we started doing some songs where it's rapping, some where it's the sing rapping. And then we started looking into the pop rock, the pop punk, and all that kind of early 2000s kind of stuff, like based off like Paramore, Blink-182, and we kind of incorporate a bit of everything.
That's a very interesting combination. Now, you do say we. Who is we?
It's my friend who is a partner in my music. His name is Cody. He lives out in California now, but during high school, we'd pull 2-3 nighters in a row just working on small mixtapes that we throw onto SoundCloud, that we'd burn CDs, and we just write literally all night long until we couldn't think of anything. And so he's kind of in way half of the backbone of it, because there's been days where I've been thinking, man, maybe I should just quit this. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, no one's even going to hear it. And he's there. He's like, no, just keep doing it. We'll try this. Keep doing it. We'll do this. We can make this better. And yeah, that's when I mentioned he's kind of my partner in crime.
Okay. Okay. So how long have you been doing music? All around, like, how long have you been taking your career seriously?
So ever since I was little, I've always showed an interest in music. I've always had ever since I was 12 or 13, so like the past 7-8 years, I've had the aspirations to make a career in music, and I didn't really start ramping it up and begin putting stuff onto Spotify, beginning to try to put my name out there, start promoting myself, trying to get out and perform until like about the last 2 years. And what's been unfortunate is when I got to the point where I was ready to perform, COVID hit, so a lot of venues were closed down, and I didn't get my first performance till late June, early July of this year.
Okay. I know COVID has been a crazy time, and I wanted to ask you personally, how did the COVID season affect you musically and professionally? Did it affect you in a positive way, or did it affect you in a negative way?
Kind of both, because I mean, let's be honest, at this point in my career right now in music, I'm not solely reliant on music, so I'm still working. So it took time to where I was working through the pandemic, which gave me able to make money to be able to make more music. And then the days where we couldn't go anywhere, I mean, it was just literally just probably me and my thoughts and just creating and be able to cultivate. And
so you were able to be more creative out of the whole
we were
process.
able to experiment more, and that's where we got the weird mix of not just sticking to a lyrical rap, and throwing some pop punk songs in there, some punk rock in here every once in a while. And we started to realize that not everybody that listens to music just wants to listen to the rap, the melodic rap. They want to listen
Absolutely,
to
it's got to be
everything.
diverse. Yes.
So the best way how people have explained it was a mix of, lyrically, it's like a mix of NF, Eminem, J. Cole, Token, Hobson, and then, but the diversity of someone like Mod Sun, Post Malone, and Machine Gun Kelly, where one song you're rocking out, you have guitars, and next thing you know, you're like, what just happened? Like, he had guitars, piano, and all this in here, and next thing you know, he's on a trap type beat, or he's actually rapping about stuff that he's living through. And that's what we experience that people are digging more into.
So you personally feel that every song should have some sort of subliminal message behind it?
Yes, I fully believe that. Part of my brand and my message is that I'm making music that I can relate to, and that
everybody else to relate to.
I want everyone else to relate to. Yes, every song should have, whether it's the same message, which can get redundant at times, or it's something different, like, oh, I had a bad day at school today, I'll make a song about that. Or, oh, I'm feeling like I don't have any friends right now, I'll make a couple songs about that to make people feel like, okay, you're not the only one who's out here like that.
All right, quick question, what is on your arm? I see all these pink bracelets.
At work, they hand out face masks, obviously, for those of us who don't have masks. And because it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, they...
So those are breast cancer awareness?
Yes. It's
okay.
specific to my building, and if you don't come in with a mask, like me personally, when we leave and we come back in, they hand masks to those who take them off or don't have them with them. And they hand them with the bracelets, and they just handed me like 5 or 6 at one time.
They're like, oh, we know you're gonna be trouble.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I've done some shady stuff for some free things, but it's. I asked to have a couple of these.
Awesome.
So
tell us some personal stuff about you. Like, what are your hobbies? What do you do outside of work and music? So the fans can actually get a feel of like your personality.
I mean, to be honest, I live by the motto, there's no days off, and you haven't made it or what's the saying? You haven't made it until you don't have to introduce yourself.
My motto is you haven't made it until you've made a mill.
True, but also we do know there are people who made a mill and still haven't done anything with it.
I mean, yeah, but
kind of.
Who can complain at that point?
But so theoretically, every day I'm always doing something with music, whether it's promoting, looking for beats, trying to create something, trying to think of melodies, catch different things off the line, going to work, or even doing this interview, or even prepping for this.
Okay.
Like every day I always try to do something music related, and even if it's not actively recording or writing, I want to make sure I'm staying active in it and I'm not dulling my mind and thinking, oh, I'll just take another day off.
That's very smart. So you're going to be performing at the next coming hip hop festival?
At the Tempe Hip Hop Festival, yes.
Excellent. And you know that's all ages, right?
Yes, I do.
So are you going to my question to you is, what is your outlook on who you should be directing your music to? Should you be directing it more towards the youth or our peers?
So that's kind of
it's a bait and catch answer.
Well, with how old I am, that's kind of a yes kind of question.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of still in that youth area, but I'm also technically a young adult by some standards.
Yeah, you're a young adult.
So I mean, according to my Spotify for Artists page and all that, and throughout different algorithms and what they've seen for my fan base, it is everywhere from 13-year-olds who listen to my music to 27, early 30s that listen to my music.
And see, that's one thing I do like, and one of my firm beliefs is that, yes, of course, gear it towards people that are our peers, but what's more important is grabbing the attention of the youth, because they're the ones that are going to play your songs more and consistent, and especially if it's catchy.
Yeah. And
they're going to be your new fans for years to come. It's kind of like when Snoop Dogg came out and everything. Of course, he came out in a time that we were kids or not even born, depending on how old you are. But during that session, he was popping, and he was actually making an influence on the youth, just as an example.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has that overarching influence to where, like, an example I like to use is kind of the same thing, was like if Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake were to retire today, even Kanye, if those four were to retire today, they never made a single song, they'd still be making money off of their music.
I mean, R. Kelly got charged, and he's still making money off of his music.
Who knows how much of that money he'll be bringing back, but
probably jack shit.
Yeah.
So the next question I wanted to run into, do you have any projects coming out? Do you have anything coming in the upcoming year for us?
So actually, fun story for those of you who look at my Instagram and my Facebook and my Twitter, yesterday was actually the 1-year anniversary of my mixtape Calco. So that one that was about a majority of what I spent 2020 working on.
Okay.
Me and my engineer who lives in Nashville, one of my engineers lives in Utah, and my producer actually just moved down to Tucson. And so we kind of went off and on a couple months at a time putting stuff together. But right now I'm more focused on some just like releasing singles as they go. I have a couple lined up to release early 2022.
Okay. All right. So, do you believe do you believe that we live in a more of a visual world nowadays, more of an online virtual world?
I believe that we are gearing towards becoming a more all visual kind of world. I mean, yes, a majority of the media today has to be visual, it has to be on social media, it has to be on
Has to be
Instagram,
eye-catching.
Twitter, has to be eye-catching, yes. But also that, like, me, I'm a firm believer in also, like, I'd rather talk face-to-face to someone, and, like, I'd rather talk how we are me to you instead of just being on a FaceTime call or emailing back and forth, because some say I can be impatient, some say I'd rather enjoy human interaction physically over virtually. But today with TikTok, with Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's becoming a lot harder for that to be a thing, even with what happened this last year. So, long story short, yes, I do believe that we are becoming more of a virtually pleased society as time goes.
Okay. All right, we're gonna go on a brief. We're gonna look into one of your tracks real quick, if you can give me 1 second.
All right.
While we're doing this, can you tell me a little bit more about what you got going on? Do you have any music videos out?
I have. Oh man. So since I started on Spotify, I've released 3 music videos, 4 if you count my, because one of my songs kind of has a filler verse from a previous song I released, and so it's kind of 2 music videos in one. So I have about 4 music videos out in total.
Okay, and what are these music videos that you have?
One is for my song Novocaine, which was actually my first song to hit 100,000 streams earlier this year.
100,000 streams?
Yes.
What is this song about?
This one is about how... So the whole premise... It was on my Calco mixtape. The whole premise of the Calco mixtape was to say, hey, I'm starting to take this seriously. Those of you in high school who knew me, who started saying, oh, you're never going to make it, just give up. Don't even try. Like, it's worthless. Just give up. Look what I've made. And how the whole point of Novocaine was that the chorus is purple codeine got me dealing with the pain now. Popular belief that's messing with my brain now. So basically I'm saying that I'm using music as my way to cope with how I'm feeling, whether I'm happy, sad, upset, joyful, angry. There's always a song that I can look to, or a song that I can listen to that'll help me get through that moment.
Okay. Well, let's get into How We Roll real quick and tune into this real quick. This is How We Roll by AO Westside. Let's go. Give me 1 second.
And Michael Manelli.
Ooh-wee. Pulling up. Give me 1 second, y'all. Almost there. I apologize. Here we go. How we roll.
so I changed my flow. Now I'm coming in for the knockout. I ain't trying to waste my time staying on my grind. 1 to the 3, I'm a king now. Never had a strap on me, but I chased my dreams. Got my pops looking proud now. Never took a sign up sheet, dollar signs like sheesh. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. People told me slow my road, so I changed my flow. Cause that's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I ain't tryna waste my time staying on my grind. Cause that's how we roll. See, cause nowadays it's all the same. Cause I got a couple hundred, think they made a change. But the thing is, I'm not the way. And the whole vision is to make a way for the people trying to make it every single day. Cause for all of them, it's just the same. Build confidence just to make a change. Cause that's how I made my way. We're born in the shadows and it doesn't even matter. They don't wanna work for this. Wanna on the plus. If I like the Mad Hatter, get your head cut off. Sticking to my vision like a Maximoff. Burnt out streams and then marvel at the scene. My future's looking brighter than the head of Mr. Clean. Don't wanna risk it, but that's my business. I've been sleeping with my danger called risky business. From the outer view, it was sad to see. And they hate on kid, didn't let him dream. Perfecting on my practice and I made my team. And the kids got heat, I'm building steam. Cause honesty is the best policy. And honestly, I'ma follow my dream. I take my team across the sea to make my dream a reality. So now that they know, that's how we roll. Got me standing outside just to see the show. Squad with me tighter than we know. And they see me take a tour all around the globe. Starting AZ, go to Tokyo. Everybody line up just to see the show. And they taking photos everywhere we go. If you didn't know it then, well now you know. Cause people told me slow my roll, so I changed my flow. Now I'm coming in for the knockout. I ain't trying to waste my time staying on my grind. 1 to the 3, I'm a king now. Never had a strap on me, but I chased my dreams. Got my pops looking proud now. Never took a sign up sheet, dollar signs like sheesh. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. People told me slow my road, so I changed my flow. Cause that's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I ain't tryna waste my time staying on my grind. Cause that's how we roll.
Hopping on overdrive, feeling alive. I see the haters don't pay no mind. I got no time for the chitter chatter. Tryna get straight to the kitty after. This ain't no overnight, I put in years for this. Full throttle, I'm switching the gears for this. Hungry ain't skipping no meals for this. They tell me I'm willing to kill for this. Been in the gym, got my weight up. Pitching not doing me no favors. Wouldn't believe it, the one for the kid is outrageous. Light it up like we in Vegas, regular basis. Mediocre be contagious. I don't care about being famous. Hit up or not on the stage. Step back, chillin', feeling broke with a million, living life in the city. We made it happen. Tell me what's that noise? Yeah, you hear them clapping. Really no time for capping. Got no need to lie. Don't need no one. Still got my day ones right by my side.
So now that they know, that's how we roll. Got me standing outside just to see the show. Squad with me tighter than we know. And they see me take a tour all around the globe. Starting AZ, go to Tokyo. Everybody line up just to see the show. And they taking photos everywhere we go. If you didn't know it then, well now you know. Cause people told me slow my roll, so I changed my flow. Now I'm coming in for the knockout. I ain't tryna waste my time staying on my grind. 1 to the 3, I'm a king now. Never had a strap on me, but I chased my dreams. Got my pops looking proud now. Never took a sign up sheet, dollar signs like sheesh. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. People told me slow my road, so I changed my flow. Cause that's how we roll. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. I ain't tryna waste my time staying on my grind. Cause that's how we roll.
Yeah, that was How We Roll by AO Westside. And let me tell you, man, that was a slapper right there. That was actually very catchy for what it was. I could see a lot of kids and peers of our ages actually getting into that. Let me ask you, are you gonna have a music video for that, or a little dance, or get down for that? It looks like you would have a little dance for that.
All right, so how that went down was when me and Michael Manelli, who I got through Futuristic, through their company Indie Amplify, which helps independent artists make connections that the big labels would normally do. We were talking about it and we were saying, hey, what do we want to do right now? He sent me that video. I said, you know what? Right now we don't have the budget for the music video right now, so we might just make a couple promo videos. So on my Instagram, there is a one-take video of me on my verse. There may or may not be one of me in a bathtub for some random reason.
A bathtub?
Yeah. So we were just thinking, like, what was the best way how we can do this and being creative? And so if there is a music video, hopefully it'll be shot in better quality and it'll be one that'll blow your socks off.
I feel like you should do a little dance to that or something like that. One of those, you know.
Yeah. I got what you mean by that.
I was sitting there bobbing my head. I was like, all right. Honestly, I'm going to have to check out more of your work. You like for you saying diverse, that was very intricate. I wasn't expecting that. Where can people find you?
So on my social media, all my socials are AO Westside _official. That's AO Westside _OFFICIAL official. Spotify and Apple Music, iHeartRadio, pretty much any streaming service that you play your music on. It's AO Westside. And on YouTube also. Through YouTube's new YouTube Music feature.
All right. Other than that, I really don't have any other questions for you. If you would like to join us for the rest of the show, you can. We're just gonna get into Muzzy's Fuzzy News and a little bit of shows and movies that are coming out as well. I wanted to also thank you for coming out and sharing this explicit track with us. Shout out to AO Westside, Icon Radio, Respect the Underground, Corey, your engineer. Shout out to Power Road that's tuning in right now. Big shout out to them. Shout out to Justice for putting on AZ Hip Hop Festival and always doing it up for us. After this segment, we're going to do a ticket giveaway. So if you guys tune in, we're going to give away tickets. All you have to do is answer 3 questions correctly out of 5 that I ask you, and you can win. And it's going to be either to October 23rd, All Ages in Tucson Anti-COVID Festival, or 21 and Up, Antro Nightclub, October 28th, Night of Fright. Either way, going to be quality shows. It's going to be quality events. There's going to be tons of stuff there. Dress up and be there. If you guys do need tickets, I do have them on hand. Either hit up the Morning Roast or hit me up on my personal page, Damian Muzzy. So we're going to get into some news. Halloween Kills. There's the new Halloween movie. There's a petition that demands the removal of a firefighter massacre. So Michael Myers is out for blood this month with the new release, Halloween Kills. But not everyone is stoked. A petition on change.org has been launched in the hope of removing the scenes where Michael murders responding firefighters after escaping Laurie's burning house at the start of a movie. And to me, honestly, that's ridiculous. It's a Michael Myers movie. It's a horror movie. Whoever you are, you're too soft. It's ridiculous. Don't be trying to chop shit up because you're having hurt feelings about firefighters being murdered. What do you think about that?
In the end of the day, it is fiction.
It's a horror movie.
It's meant to be that way. It's once again, it's your option to go see the movie or not. If you don't want to see the movie, that's completely fine. Me personally, I'm not a horror movie kind of fan. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go and put up a change.org petition about taking that movie down because it's something that I don't agree with.
I completely agree. Now we're gonna stumble along the same lines. PETA this time.
Oh man.
Because fuck PETA. PETA want. I always think of the Hunger Games PETA video they made. PETA.
I always think of the Family Guy episode where
Lois
was trying to get Peter to go to a PETA festival. And
Who's
he's like,
PETA?
Yeah, it's like someone's talking to me.
PETA wants Far Cry 6, the new Far Cry, to remove its cockfighting mini game. Newly released Far Cry 6 promises the series fans an open world of shenanigans. This time set in the Caribbean islands of Yara. Developed by Ubisoft, it follows the protagonist Danny Rojas as the resistance attempt is the overthrow of the dictatorship of Anon Costello, portrayed by Garcilaso Esposito of the Mandalorian fame. The game is met with generally favored reviews, but players are able to participate in a mini cockfighting game, which they are not only collecting roosters, but directly control them in a Mortal Kombat style fighting game to compete with characters on a select screen. Select moves, multiple rounds, and reactions that have been mixed, with some players having fun in the simplicity of it. October 7th, PETA, the manager of PETA's Latino branch, Alicia Agual, released a statement calling Ubisoft to remove the cockfighting game, stating, there we go. Stating that turning a horrific blood sport like cockfighting into Mortal Kombat style video game matches is a far cry for real innovation. Today's society is strongly opposed against forcing animals to fight to the death. Come on, PETA. It's a video game. Let's be real. Don't be ridiculous. This is why nobody supports y'all. So a lot of controversy is going on. I don't know if you guys have seen the recent Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy series, The Closer. Definitely go watch it because it might be removed from Netflix. A lot of people are giving him backfire, especially the transgender community, and Twitter is even canceling him. But like he said in The Closer, in the special he just did, Twitter is not a real place. Fuck Twitter. Nobody cares. But also, and I don't know why they would, the National Black Justice Coalition urges Netflix to remove Dave Chappelle's latest comedy. It has been labeled as a hate speech by subscribers, publicly denounced by Netflix employees. Now even the National Black Coalition is asking for the company to remove it. They said that Netflix should immediately pull The Closer from its platform and apologize to the transgender community. Honestly, and this is my opinion on it, people are going to hate, and I don't really care. And if you actually read between the lines of The Closer, like at first I didn't understand why he was targeting the transgender community specifically, but in the end he talks about it. He had a friend, it was at first somebody he met, and then it turned into a friend that was a transgender. And of course he's transphobic naturally, and it's not a bad thing to be transphobic. Let's be real about this. Sometimes people are just that way. I'm transphobic. I do know somebody that is trans in the community, but we're neutral. We're friends. Doesn't mean that it doesn't bother me if basically a dude that is a girl goes into the girl's bathroom. That bothers me a lot, because you don't know if that dude's trying to touch under, and that shit has happened already. Now, going back to the subject, Dave Chappelle was targeting the transgender community, all because this friend that he had supported him. He even brought her up on the comedian game. Even as a rookie, she did her first show with the GOAT, and she did terrible. But still he put her on and continued to put her on and mentored her to do better. Now, after a while, some stuff was said and people tried to cancel him back like 3-4 years ago, before he got the Mark Twain Prize. Back then, for some reason, people targeted him as a woman hater and stuff like that, when he's just blunt. She supported him and said, regardless what he said, I do stand by Dave Chappelle. These people canceled her, ridiculed her, and over the top harassed her for 7 days, till the point she killed herself. And that's why he has a problem with the transgender community. because instead of taking a joke, they turned it into something else. This is comedy. Like music, comedy is a form of speech. Anything can be said. Is it always going to be good, beneficial, or unoffensive? No, it's not. Like, fuck. I always relate back to WAP. To me, WAP is a terrible fucking song. It promotes women. It degrades women and makes them look out to be sexual objects. I don't like it. That's just me. But they're trying to cancel him for that reason. I wouldn't really pay any mind to it. And fuck the haters. Dave Chappelle is the GOAT of comedy. Hands down. Now, what's your opinion on that?
So, this is going to be my last thing because some stuff came up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, my opinion is that as a society being virtual, right? Cancel culture being very
vibrant.
Yes. I would agree with you and Dave Chappelle on that, where I disagree with it. And that people need to get thicker skin.
He's made far worse jokes in the Dave Chappelle show.
I mean, I do agree that some people need to keep their thoughts to themselves, right? Use a little bit of discretion, which we need more of these days. But also that, like with me, my core belief is you believe what you want to believe. That is fine. The second you cross the line is when you force me to agree with that. Which, I mean, and then you see the kind of hypocrisy of it everywhere else. Where like, were you talking about WAP earlier? Mm-hmm. Where like you have these
women that are down for it. They twerk
exactly.
for it.
You have, I mean, me personally, I'm not a Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion fan.
Me neither.
Their music is overplayed.
Trash.
It's overhyped. Yes, it is. I'm not trashing anybody specifically, so don't get mad at me.
It's okay. I will trash them for you.
To me, they are the Nickelback equivalent of hip hop.
Whoa. Nickelback is still better than Cardi B. And,
True.
And
True.
Megan
Okay,
Thee
but
Stallion.
I'm saying how like they are, in the wise words of I forget what his name is.
They are the Justin Bieber.
No, because I would rather watch Justin Bieber than.
Oh man! Ooh,
And that's saying
you hear
something,
that?
But what I'll leave with is that you kind of need to see 2 points of it, of either side, because you have people like Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B singing about their WAP for. I'm not gonna go into that because honestly, I haven't even heard the song.
And then they hear something else that's by somebody else, and they're like, "Oh, that's offensive."
No, not only that, it's they're saying, "Oh yeah, all guys are dogs." They're like, all they see is women as objects, and then they go around 2 seconds later and start doing this. Mm-hmm. Like that's where they need to realize, okay, pick a side of the fence and stay on it. Don't play hopscotch.
Exactly, and I completely agree with that. Thank you for giving me your honest opinion on that. Thank you for joining us.
You are welcome. It has been an experience like none other.
Absolutely. Let us know anytime that you want to come back.
All right, we'll do.
Absolutely. Thank you very much,
No
sir.
problem, man.
So, continuing forward, we have a few more stories on the roast. Naruto's massive massive death has made CNN go viral. When it comes to Naruto fans, there's a lot of going on for our hero. The Hokage may be on rest in the manga, but he has kept entertained the last month in the latest fight. If you've seen everything going on, basically Kurama took his last stand as basically Naruto hit his final form, and that was the Barin mode. Now he is able to defeat the final opponent, but at the cost of Kurama's life. It was actually at the cost of one of their lives, but it ended up costing Kurama's life. It's one of these ones. Just bring the keys back. So that was very sad. It was very tragic. We thought that Naruto died, but Kurama risked his life. So let's see. Last one, one of the Squid Game actresses, the Squid Game actress Ho Yeon Jung is Louis Vuitton's new ambassador. It is capitalizing already on an eventful week, as the fashion house has now been talking about Squid Games as their latest global advancer. Ho Young Jung, who plays Sae Bakwan in the record-breaking Netflix show. Creative director Nicholas Geschweier said that the addition of Louis Vuitton's global ambassador roster, I immediately fell in love with Ho Yeon's great talent and fantastic personality. I'm looking forward to a new chapter in this journey as she starts on with Louis Vuitton for a few more years. And that's amazing. That's where we're going to end the show. Thank you all so much for popping out, showing up, being here for us. We're going to see you next week. I will drag Sauce into this building. We are the fuck out of here.